Just here for the Beer Radio, broadcasting TSN 1040, tsn1040.ca. Also available at 103.5 FM HD2. It's Joe and Rick. At JHFTB is our Twitter and Instagram handles. You can also go to justhereforthebeer.com and listen to previous episodes of our show and shows, of which there are numerous different brands of shows now, and more to come, I'm certain. Yes. We're broadcasting from Monkey 9 Brewing, which is on Entertainment Boulevard, right across from the Silver City Riverport in Richmond. Monkey 9 Brewing, of course, big facility, well socially distant, all of that, patio, indoor, outdoor, big complex. If you've not been here in a while, and it has been other things previously down the road, but you owe it to yourself. We sampled, we nibbled food. There's a great-looking pizza on the table.
Food was amazing.
Goodness, yeah. Hey, look, everybody, it's Craig Robinson. Who is a operating partner of Bomber Brewing on Adanac Street, also the director of sales and marketing. First time we've seen you since we were all hibernating there for a while. So you're back, you're open, you're up and running. You have fared okay?
We fared okay. Thanks for having me back. Without my sidekick, Steve, off the rail. Yeah. We're fighting right now. Not really. Thanks for having me back, guys. It's nice to get the invite.
Well, it's nice to know that, again, because when we shut the show down in March, we didn't shut it down out of want. We shut it down out of necessity because business was halted, and all of our shows are done from places with liquor licenses and or food primaries, and they were all shuttered. And my first thought, Rick and I talked about this, our first thought was, what does this mean for us? Is there going to be shows down the road? Are the breweries going to survive? And, you knew inevitably, only the strong survive, but I think the public really showed an outpouring of support for local, and yay public, absolutely. And so was it? Did you pivot immediately into the home delivery and all of that sort of stuff?
We weren't the first to do home delivery. We actually, personally, Sam from Parkside was.
I believe it's the Parkside.
Yeah, he was very.
Sam will hate that.
He was very fan with his. Yeah. He was very fair with his numbers. He's like, we did this. Yeah. Cody from Twin Sales said we did this, and we were 2-3 days behind. But we've got like a little chat group between beer folks, and it's got a weird name. I'm not going to share a lot of information, but we all kind of share things on WhatsApp, and it was a good source of information. We all, as craft breweries do, we all banded together. Sure. We helped each other out, and you share information. So that's what we did.
And again, where are we now? So as we sit here, we're mid to late July. Bomber is back up and running. Have you got any additional property that you're able to put people in?
Yeah, and I'll take a step back. I actually want to thank all the people who went to our website and ordered our beer, because they were instrumental for everything that we have going on. We're still doing our web deliveries, but it was a big part of our business. And without people going there and being local, it could have been a lot harder for us. It was hard, but it could have been worse.
So, but the tasting room is back up for business.
Tasting room never closed.
Never closed.
Being on the Adanac bike route and having the park kitty corner to us, it was really cool to see the pile of empties in that park. Yeah. And people were recycling them. They did their jobs. I mean, it was fantastic. And we had a tremendous amount of support for our off sales and our web deliveries during that time. And currently the city's been, and the government's been kind enough to give us a larger tasting room. So we're going to have another 19 seats in our tasting room. We're going to blow out a wall. We've moved our canning line, air compressor. We're going to put another 19 seats indoor. And then we're looking to put a garage door. So we're going to blow a hole,
so you can open
put
it
a garage door, and then actually have if we get the licensing for the patio outside, we'll go and do that. And the city was great. They gave us a parklet as well. So we've got the tables outside. We've got 4 tables outside of 6.
And it just goes to show that governments can make things happen real fast when they want to, because you got these permits in record-setting time. And by comparison, because we have so many brewers on the show and we express so much frustration on your behalfs, because when you're new and you try and get your lounge endorsement, which allows you to actually generate some revenue that you're desperately looking to recoup, and the city and the province or whatever, they can stall things, whether legitimately or illegitimately. It just so happens. But yet they've proven during this pandemic that when they want to snap their fingers and make stuff happen, it happens.
You know what? Every day counted for us. Yeah. Every day still counts. Yeah. So the fact that they actually, the fact that we got it is just a blessing for us.
Sure.
It 3 more days of sun makes all the difference when you're trying to pay your rent for
And that's right, because you guys are right by the park. You've got the bike path and everything going right by you guys. It's perfect.
And you wouldn't believe the food trucks that are at, like on Adenac and McLean. We've got, one day we had 5 food trucks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Outside Off the Rail and Bomber, and they're all around the park, and everybody's...
So the foot traffic must have been just tremendous.
They're social distancing. They're having some pints. They're having some tacos, some pizza. It was great.
It just made sense.
He is Craig Robinson, the operating partner of Bomber Brewing, also the director of sales and marketing. Hey, what's new on the Bomber menu?
Lots going on, actually. Yep. So when you talk about changing business and what we shared on for our little beer geek conversation WhatsApp thing, so we weren't selling any draft. We all know this. 50% of our sales was kind of out the window. So we shifted a little bit. So one thing I brought you was we've got the Park Life was gold at the Canadian Brewing Awards. And this year at the BC Beer Awards, our IPA, Outspoken IPA, was gold. So we took those 2 beers, we blended them, we made even money.
Oh, nice.
We had the beer. We weren't putting it into kegs because nobody was buying kegs. So we made a blend, 60%, 40%, favoring the IPA. And...
off you went.
We canned it, and it's been a big hit for us. It was a big hit on draft, too. Like, this was actually kind of a pre-COVID thing as well.
Right.
But we focused a lot more on it. When the beers and fermenters were just like, well, we got to do
something with it, yeah.
Yeah, and then the Sunday Brunch, which is the collaboration that we did with Stone Brewing. That's like a fruit ale, uses Lithuanian farmhouse ale. It's produces very quickly. It's a very volatile yeast. And we had that one going, and then we also did the Raspberry Park Life again. So what we did is beers that we knew were going to sell in retail, we just shot them out. Right. So we did that, and then we've also got a salted lime lager, a Hefeweizen, and a Saison coming. So we're really going into that summer beer
style
trend.
Beer, right.
And we're not focusing on draft right now. We're focusing on cans. That's what our LRSs are looking for. That's what the BCLDB is looking for, and that's what we're selling out of our tasting room. So that's what we did.
And tasting room protocol. Can people make rezos? People just show up? What's the procedure?
It's a first come first serve, and kind of has to be.
Okay.
It's kind of a dogfight. We try and make sure that we're following all the precautions that we should be for COVID. Sure. So we've got the markers, we have the plexiglass, but I mean honestly, It was
a small tasting room to begin with, so
there's
it was
only
a little
4
bit
tables,
tight,
guys.
right?
Yeah. Like we were built on hockey. The guys started watching. The guys started the brewery based on playing hockey
rec
together,
hockey. That's right.
So we've always shown every Canucks game with sound. This will be the first time the Canucks are in playoffs, so we can't actually do that. But should we get that outside patio and the extension, and we can get it going before August 2nd when the Canucks play the Wild, then we're going to have the game on with sound, and we'll try and do what we can. We'll put TVs on the outside of it. We've talked about everything.
Sure, as you have to, and hopefully the city remains committed to helping all of these businesses along. Bomber Brewing, located on Adenac Street. Craig Robinson is the managing operating partner and director of sales and marketing. Thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks,
Cheers.
lads.
Cheers, buddy.